Have you ever felt trapped by anger, by arguments, or by harsh words that spill out of your mouth before you can stop them? You say something in the heat of the moment, and immediately you regret it. It's as if a fire starts burning, and you cannot put it out. Many people feel stuck in this cycle, a cycle of emotion, reaction, regret, and shame. But today, I want to show you another way, a biblical way, a psychological way, and above all, a way that leads to freedom in Jesus Christ. Let's begin with anger. Psychologists tell us that anger is often not the real problem. Anger is a secondary emotion. Behind anger, there is usually fear, hurt, rejection, or insecurity. Anger is like smoke. It tells us there's a fire burning deeper inside. The Bible agrees. Be angry and do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger. Ephesians 4:26. Anger itself is not sin, but when we let it control us, it becomes destructive. Imagine a man trying to push a massive stone with all his strength. He strains, he sweats, but the stone barely moves. That's what anger feels like when you try to carry it alone. It is heavy, it is exhausting, and it crushes you. What's the solution? Stop, breathe, name what you are really feeling. Instead of saying, I am angry, ask, am I hurt? Am I afraid? Am I disappointed? Anger begins to lose power when you uncover the truth beneath it. Next, let's talk about arguments. Have you noticed that most arguments are not about truth, but about winning? We want to be right, not to reconcile. Psychology says that arguments quickly turn into cycles of defense and attack. The more we shout, the less we hear. The Bible says, avoid foolish controversies, because these are unprofitable and useless. Titus 3:9. Picture two people yelling at each other, both raising their voices, but neither listening. Noise fills the air, but no one changes. Arguments become battles of pride. The tip here is simple but powerful. Step back, ask yourself, what is this really about? Often the issue is not the issue. The deeper problem is pride, fear, or a need for control. Silence can be stronger than shouting. Silence is not weakness, silence is wisdom. Now, let's move to insults. Words are powerful. Psychology shows that the brain remembers shame much longer than it remembers physical pain. A harsh word can echo in someone's mind for years. The Bible says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. Every insult is like planting a seed of poison. That seed can grow into bitterness, low self-worth, and even generational cycles of brokenness. But the opposite is also true. One kind word can plant hope, healing, and life. So what should we do? Instead of insulting, bless, speak life. When you feel the urge to cut someone down, turn it into a blessing. You may not feel like it, but the act of blessing begins to change your own heart as well as theirs. And here comes the turning point. Don't get angry. Don't argue. Don't insult. But what should you do instead? Just do this. Overcome evil with good. Romans 12:21 says, do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Psychology tells us that habits don't disappear. They must be replaced. The Bible gives us the replacement. Stop feeding anger and start practicing peace. Stop feeding arguments and start practicing listening. Stop feeding insults and start practicing blessing. Imagine again that man trying to push the heavy stone. Alone, he is exhausted, but then Jesus steps beside him. Together, they push, and suddenly, the stone begins to move. That's the difference between self-effort and divine strength. Finally, we must come to the cross.
Psychology can help us understand our emotions, but only the cross can transform our hearts. Jesus does not only give us tools, he gives us freedom. John 8:36 says, "If the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." At the foot of the cross, the chains of anger, of argument, and of insult are broken. The burden of the stone is rolled away. You don't just learn to manage emotions, you are given a new heart. So here's the conclusion. Don't get angry, don't argue, don't insult. Instead, turn to Jesus. When anger rises, pause and pray. When arguments start, choose silence and listen. When insults tempt you, speak a blessing instead. This is not just psychology, this is the way of Christ. And this way leads to peace, to freedom, and to life. Do you feel stuck? Jesus is the one who sets you free.